Even if you were basically a decent kid and tried hard to please your parents, if they frequently degraded or devalued you, especially if they implied you were not good enough, you're likely to grow up feeling a deep-seated sense of inadequacy and failure. Likewise, if your parents were chock full of shame and couldn't tolerate their own insecurities, they very likely projected their shame onto you. This means they infused you with shame instead of feeling it themselves. This is also known as "it can't possibly be me, so it's gotta be you" mentality. Not all children in the family bear the brunt of shame equally. I've known families that were equal opportunity abuse situations where every child had their fair share of verbal put-downs and a constant barrage of unwarranted blame. I've also come across families where one child was unconsciously singled out to be what's called the symptom bearer. For complex reasons that don't necessarily have anything to do with reality, this particular child gets identified early on as the family scapegoat and suffers the most. The scapegoat, or symptom bearer, is the one who everyone else projects or dumps their worst fears and feelings about themselves, which, you guessed it, mostly consist of shame, on. That way, only one person in the family is left metaphorically holding the garbage, and everyone else can feel squeaky clean. Being the scapegoat in a shame-based family is one of the worst things that can happen to a child. If you were one, you had to manage everyone else's shame on top of your own. Having no idea that you were the household dirtbag, you internalize every cruel comment as if it were the truth. Then one of two things happens. Either you believe that you are worthless, and then you gave up and became an underachiever or a life dropout, or you took your parents' condemnation as a challenge and have spent your whole life trying to prove them wrong through overachievement and perfectionism. Both reactions are unhealthy and based on your inability to shake off unjustified and undeserved childhood shame. And if you're in the latter category, honey, I see you and I get you and I know you because you're me.